Okay. Hello. Welcome to my channel, 5 minutes or less review, where we basically talk about animations or movies or games that are basically not seen but sometimes heard. Um, one of the animes that I'm bringing to you today, as you guys can see, is just basically an animation that is basically, I would say, the theme is gambling. Now, there's another animation called, is it Outlaw or Outlast? I've forgotten what it is. But that's neither here or there. The main animation I want to talk about today is Akagi, or also known as the genius who descended into the darkness. It has another Japanese name, but I don't want to break a tongue in the process. I don't have money for bills like that, medical bills. So let's let's stay away from tongue tires. But the thing about it is that this animation in itself, or this anime, if you can look to the left hand side, you can see another animation. I mean, if you look at both of them, you actually know that they were drawn by the same artist to a certain degree, or there's some kind of copycat or whatever it is. And the truth of the matter is that they were drawn by the same artist. I think it's the same person. The one on the left hand side is Kaiji. The one on the right hand side is Akagi. And I don't want to talk about Kaiji. Kaiji is going to be a subject matter for another episode. However, today's theme is, well, today's anime is going to be Akagi. Akagi in itself is basically it's an animation that focuses on a young man who gets how would I put it now? He gets a taste of mahjong gambling. Mahjong, I think it's a Japanese or is it Chinese card, or is it tablet or whatever it is. I don't know how to call it. But he gets a taste of mahjong gambling, and sooner or later starts to delve into real high stakes in the game. He deals with people like the mafia and some of the yakuza. I won't say mafia, I'll say yakuza. I think that's the Japanese mafia. And the thing about it is that it is the yakuza during the, I think, in the 1940s or 1950s or something like that. The thing, but the main thing is this: this is a young man who comes into the game, and within a couple of games, he begins to understand the game. Now, the secret to him becoming a very good player in this is that he stops focusing on the game in itself. He focuses more on the other person across from him. And the main thing about it is that he wants a do or die gambling situation that will put him to the brink of death, or to get him to a situation whereby he feels like he truly has lived and dies a glorious death. Think about it in terms of samurais who would say to themselves, you know what, I'd rather go down. I won't say samurais, but strong warriors. If you look at it across time, many of them want to die on the field because they feel that the field was what birthed them, what brought them into the world. And it's because of their accolades on the battlefield that has transformed them into a certain kind of a human being. And they feel that the best way to die is not by dying in your bed like an old man, but dying on the battlefield. It's what makes them who they are. They feel that any death besides that is just a shame upon them. And I think that's the same thing that is going on here with Akagi. Akagi himself is somewhat like a gambler, through and through soul of a gambler. And when we're introduced to him, you've been told that, hey, this is what's going on with him, this is his mindset. And throughout the whole series, you get to see how this young man starts to think about the game. He doesn't think about the game as an ordinary kind of game. For him, it's all about the gambling, not the game. So regardless of what game you introduce to him, the idea is for him to reach a kind of way of gambling with his own life. He's that kind of very passionate gambler that no matter what, his aim is to push beyond his own boundaries. So I would say it was a great anime. Fun time to watch. Great time well spent. Watching it, I think it was about 14 episodes or so. I think more than that, maybe 14 episodes or more. But it was a fun time well had. So here's the situation. When it comes to the music, I really like the music. When it comes to the atmosphere, how they drew out the animation, I mean, it's not well animated. There's a lot of still pictures in there, but that didn't phase me. Including look at how these guys look. You know, they look off. Their proportions are just off. However, I looked past Akagi, who's on the right hand side's animation, and I looked past Kaiji's animation to really get into the story. It was a wonderful experience. Animation, I'm gonna say maybe a 5 or what, or a 4. You know how it is. But when it comes to the storyline, top notch. I give it an 8. So overall, for me, I would say it's a 7.9, 8. You know, it's a well time spent. I would really like to see a modern take on this animation, at least. Someone who comes in here and gives it a little bit more justice. I'm not saying take the manga as the manga is, because for me, I felt that there were too many rushed situations here. There was no time to slow things down to help us understand what's going on. And I think that's one of the major problems that are even in animation nowadays. I mean, at this time, it was very hard to really animate, and I understand the kind of software that they were using at that time. But I think that this animation needed to have been slowed down just a tad bit to get us in there, because there were just so many rush scenes and things were happening, and you couldn't really understand what was really going on there, but it just felt like as if they were fighting or something of that nature. But I would say this: how it is right now, I had fun. But to say you're gonna learn the Mahjong card playing, or is it a tablet playing, I don't know, brick playing game, you are not gonna get it here. I think you have to go somewhere else to get that information. But the thing about it is that you're gonna have fun. You're gonna like the battle of weights. You're gonna like the how they normally say who. I mean, I'll put it like this: it was a constant game of cat and mouse, or so I say, who is going to play, who's going to sound the chicken alarm, basically. So, yeah, it was a great animation, and I'll say, hey, if you have the time, go ahead, watch it. Don't try to binge on it. Just watch it from time to time. Give yourself a couple of days. Just watch maybe 2 episodes a day and just move on. But you're gonna have fun with this one. So, with that said, I think that's gonna be it. So, guys, thank you. All right, have a good day. Stay safe and, well, have fun.